Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Happy Thursday. Today I'm going to be doing something I haven't done for a while. As a matter of fact, I'm about 3 packs behind on this at the moment. I'm going to be doing pack 9 of the Agora Models release, a build to James Bond DB5. Now this is an absolutely massive box. It's so big I've actually got the box down on the floor. The reason for that is because we've got the main bodywork of the car. You're going to see that today. We do have some bits to put on before we actually bring that up though. If you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description and there's also a QR code on the screen. I am going to try and get on the Spyro Love Me Lotus tomorrow on the channel, but I am aware, once again, I'm not here for the rest of the week. So as for live streams, there's going to be no live stream tonight. Normally Thursday's live stream because I'm at the London Comic Con now until Sunday. But I will try and get a video up for Friday so you'll be able to see that. But it's all going to be fun. It's non-stop for me at the moment. Anyway, without further ado, let's get cracking. So, starts with stage 67. We're going to start building the radiator. So, this is what the radiator is looking like. And all I'm going to be doing is taking the shield here. It's going to be going on this way into the lugs that we've just got there. So when I push that in, that's in just like that. It's going to be held in from the other side with PS05 screws. I've already opened these up. And I can screw these in just from the other side here. So, 4 screws. Let's get these in. And this is the last screw just going in here. So there we go. The radiator started to be created. That's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 68, we are actually going to start fitting the radiator. So we've got another part of it here. And quite simply, I want to take what we've just created in the last stage. We're going to now piece these 2 parts together. So that's making one whole radiator. In this side here, as you can see, I've got some screw holes, so I'm going to be putting some PS05 screws in there. Again, 2 each side. Then I've got this pipe to put in, and you will notice I've got a D-shaped hole just there. It's going to match this D-shaped lug, so that's going to be pushed into here, and it clips in just like that. Okay, I'm going to open these DSO2 screws ready here, because I've got to bring the car over. And at the moment, if you remember from the last pack, that's looking just like this here. So with the pipe facing towards the engine, we do have some brackets just here. What I'm going to do is drop these brackets just over the points just here. I might see it on top camera, just onto the base. So this is why we've got the DSO2 screws. Before I attach it, I just want to, the pipe that we've got here is just going to go onto the lug, just onto this section just there. All lined up, ready to go. So let's put these screws in to hold that into place. And that went in just like a glove. Very happy with that. Okay, we've got a little pipe left. So one side of this pipe is going to go into the expansion tank here. Probably best to use, I don't know, I've got that in. Tweezers. And the other side of this pipe is going to go into the nipple that's coming off the pipe that we put into the radiator. So I'm just going to get that in there as well. Just like that. Now, because I've got a kink in that, I think I'm going to just cut this pipe down just a touch. So if I just to cut that, let's say there, then this pipe is going to fit a lot more smoothly into this section. As you can see. Perfect. That's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, in stage 69, we're going to start making a door. Now, we have already made one door on the DB5, so this will be the second one now. Let's get this open. That's looking just like that. Lovely paint job there. And a nice simple stage to start the door. We've got the door handle here, which is just going to be going into this little section like that. And it's held in just from the other side with one of these, what screw is this? A PS21 screw. Tiny screw, so I'm going to have to use my PH0 screwdriver. and just screw that into the hole just here. Perfect. That's the handle on the door. With that in, that's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 70, let's get this open. We're doing more parts for the door. This time we've got the window and we've got the hinges. Now, let's just get all this out. And it's the hinge that I want to put in first. So I'm going to just put a cloth down here. Don't want to mark this door because I want my DB5 to be pretty immaculate. Now, if you have a look at these windows here, you've got the bullet effect on the glass here and here. But if you don't want that, they do give you a clean one as well. I think I'm going to use the clean one. But put the hinge in. So the hinge is going to be going in this way. So hopefully you can see that. It's going to fit on just like that. So there's a little flat bit on top of this hinge. We want that to be facing up. Now, I've just been having a talk with my brother in Australia, who's actually up to pack 12 of this now. He's well ahead of me on this. He's basically saying that you really, really, really need to make sure that this plate is in as hard as you can possibly get it. And what that will do, if you can get it in as hard as you can, it's going to stop any door wobble. So I've got a DSO2 screw here in some oil. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's get this in with my PH1 screwdriver. And that is as hard as I can get it. There we go. And that's going to stop any door wobble on that door. Excellent. With the window that I've chose, which is the clear one, I'm going to be having that just over the top of these two lugs here. And once again, DSO2 screws to keep that held in place. I do like how you've got the option here to have your DB5 exactly how you want it. Now, even though this is going to be tight, you don't want it to be too tight, otherwise you will crack that acrylic. So just hand tight. Now, if you wanted to change out the window on the other door that we created, they do provide that here with you as well. I said I'm going to keep mine clean, so I'm not going to be doing that. But in the instructions, it does tell you how to take the trim off the old door so you can actually put that pane of glass in. But that's all there is to do in that stage. So, stage 71, we've got the left door panel here. And the first thing I want in this bag here, I have a little chrome section, which is the door handle. Got that here. So that's going to be going into the keyhole pattern hole that we've got just there. So make sure this is around the right way. And put that in. It's going to be held in with a PS12 screw, which I've got here. Again, this is another really tiny screw. So I'm keeping that held in with my thumb there. Just while I've put this screw in. Now you'd be pleased to know, if you've been watching my videos since the start of the week, I've got myself a brand new set of glasses here, which are great. These are rechargeable with a USB cable. They have a light on them that goes really bright, and it comes with a strap. But it also comes with arms for glasses as well. But the strap I find's a lot more comfortable. That is available in my Amazon store, and I'll put a link just down here. Okay, then we've got the armrest, which is just going to go on here. Again, because of the lug on this, it's directed which way this is going to go. So that's going to go in like that. This one's taking PSO5 screws, which I have here. Need 2 of these. So that's 1. And that one's 2. And with the armrest in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. So, stage 72 here. We've got some trim and the inside door panel. So, get all these out. And the first thing we're going to do, I have this round this way here. It's going to be putting the panel that we just put in on top of this panel here. So, it can only go in one way. As you can see, it seats itself quite nicely, he says, as he's trying to get the last bits in. There you go. Perfect. Turn this over, and then I want PSO5 screws, which I've already got ready to go here, into 4 positions. We want 2 just down the bottom here, and then we've got these 2 just here. Then that will hold that panel into place. Bring my little mat over here, and I'm going to be putting the door we've been creating in just like that, because I'm now going to be putting this onto this section here. So it's just a case of lining this up with the lugs underneath. That's perfect. And I'm holding that in with DS02 screws. Again, I'm going into metal, so a little bit of oil just to help me out. And I'm putting them in with a PH1 screwdriver because we can put this in tight. So with them in place, we obviously want to hide these holes now, and that's what these trim panels are for. So what you want to do is push the bottom ones in first, probably best on the top camera. Make sure they're in, and then just clip them in like this. One that side and one that side. See, that one's in. Do pretty similar to the same down the bottom here, but this time we've got a catch here, so that's going to go in that side, and then push that in. As you can see, that one snapped in perfectly as well. And then finally, just into the holes here, we've got this little bit of trim. Let's get that in the holes. I might need my magnifying glasses. I really wish I had better eyesight. There we go. That's that trim panel on as well. And that looks just like that. That's all there is to do in that stage. So, clearing everything out here, I need a big area because I'm about to bring up the great big bodywork. And that looks just like this. Check that out. The colour scheme is perfect. I love that. You've already got some of the details and stuff in here, just at the top of the engine panel, already in place for us. But that looks cool. Let me just put this on the workstation. And I've zoomed up my side camera. That is how that's looking. Nice. Now, in the polystyrene that this comes into, in this section here, we've got some parts. So let's get these out. And what we have here first is the radio antenna. It's got a D-shaped hole. It's going to go into this side just there, like that. I've got some PSO2 screws here, because that antenna is going to be held in from the other side with those. So let's just turn this over. I should really have a mat down, I know, but I'm hoping to get away with it. There we go. That's the antenna in place. While I've got it this way round, you see I've got a diamond shaped pattern here. That's for the badge, which, whoops, just dropped. Let's put that back in. There we go. That's in that side. And what we've done on one side, I can just turn this round and put the badge in the other side as well. But now you've seen that, that's all there is to do in that stage. Now, stage 74, we've got some of the windows going in for this massive bodywork. So let's just get all of these parts out. And once again, you get to choose. So you can either have the bullet ridden one, looking like that. But as I said, I'm going to keep mine clean. So I do have the clean one just here. Okay, we've got a little bit of detail work to do now. So I'm going to be taking these fuel filler housings here. So they are labelled. So we've got L and an R, left and right there. And in a similar way on this side, we've got a right and a left. Okay. So first one I want is the left one. Let's just take that little hinged bracket out. I'm going to need my sprue cutters, because I need to cut these little bushes off the sprue. And then holding the L so it's upside down to me, I'm going to be putting this just in here. Now you will find that there is a locating lug underneath this to help out as well. Once I've got that in, I can put what we just cut off the sprue on top. A little bit fiddly. So the larger circle of this washer is fitting over the lug underneath, and I'm going to hold that in with a DS33 screw. It's a tiny flathead black one, this one. As you can see, got that in here. Perfect, and that's in place. So before you make it too tight, just make sure that that's in position like that. You should be able to tighten it once you've got it flush. like that through the hole here. So there you go, that's nice and flush there, and that's what that looks like. And then this is able to open, as you can see there. Perfect. And what we've done on one side, we're going to be doing exactly the same on the other side. So once again, put that in here. Take the larger hole of this, make sure that's facing down. Grab one of these little screws just to lock that into place. Don't put it too tight, because you just want to rotate this round into the correct position it needs to be, which is there. Then once you're lining up, screw that in. Perfect. And that's another little catch done like that. So bringing the car up, I'm going to do the right hand side one first. Probably best on the top camera. It's going to be going in here. Push that into position, just like that. And I'm going to hold that in with a silver PSO1 screw. It's a little bit fiddly to get this one in, but it is going. Might be better to go through the window actually. Look at that. If you go through the rear window, you can get that screw pretty square. Excellent. Okay, do the same on the other side. Drop that into position just there. And put a screw in, which again I'm going to put through the rear window. And perfect. So that's how they're looking when they're in. Show you the other side as well. That's all there is to do in that stage. So in the last stage of this pack, this is stage 75, we're going to be attaching the rear window and the side mirrors. So I'm guessing we've got the side mirrors in here. We've got the frame looking like that. Let me just put that to one side because I need to bring the car back over. And this is going to be going into this area here. So grab the window and make sure that sits flush this way round into that cavity. Like that. Excellent. That's when I get to put this frame on, and this has got lugs which is going to hold this into place. So it's a case of lining everything up and pushing the window in. One lug at a time. But there you go, when it's in flush, as you can see there, just checking that all the way around. There you go, that's in place. Now I am going to be holding this in place from inside the body, so put a mat down. You can see the little screw holes that we've got here. I want PS21 screws, which are silver ones. I'm going to start getting these into place into all of these holes. So I'm not pushing down too much on the screw. I'm letting the screw pull the plastic towards us. I'm going to go round, holding it from the other side actually, that'll probably help. And get all of these screwed in. Now, even though we're going to be putting them in all holes, the only one we don't put them in is just this middle hole down the bottom, just here. We're not putting anything in that hole. So I'm going to get the rest of these into place. And this is the last one just going in here. Perfect. So that's now nice and flush on this side, as you can see. Okay, let's put this on the floor because I am now going to be making the wing mirrors, which means I do need to cut these two parts off the sprue here. And once again, I want to match these up. So these do have a letter on them. Let me get my magnifying glasses on. So this is the left one. There's an L in here. I'm going to match that off with this plate, which is going to have an L on as well, exactly the same. And push this into place. Now, because it has got a locating notch, it can only go in one way. So that goes in like that. Do the same on this one. Perfect. Then I've got the actual glass, which is going to go on top of this. There is a little plastic thing over the top of this, which I'm keeping on just to protect it. Do the same on this one. Again, just to protect it, I'm keeping the plastic on top of that. Get these PSO1 screws open and bring the car up again here. Now the base of these mirrors have got different sizes. So you've got one big long one and one short one. So the long one is the left hand side. You can see that through the holes that these are going to go in. So one's going to go in here and the shorter one is going to go in this side just over here. Perfect. They're going to be held in with the PS01 screws. So I'm not going to be putting this upside down because you know me, I'm going to break them. But I am going to put them in from the side just like this. So that's one, not too tight, and just the one at the bottom here. Perfect. So as you can see, that's the wing mirrors in place. And that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. Now obviously we haven't mounted any of the doors yet, but in this stage, or this pack, we've done that door. So that's 2 doors we've done now. And obviously we've had this massive section here where we put the wing mirrors on. We've even put the rear window on as well. I love having massive parts like that. That's why the box was so big for this. Now I do have packs 10 and 11 here, so I will get onto them. And as I said, I've got the next 2 packs of the Lotus Esprit as well, so that will be on the channel forthwith. You'll have to keep checking the channel, which means that you need to subscribe and click that bell notification, and that will let you know when those videos go live. Other than that, hope you enjoyed that video. Take care.